What's going on, guys? Living Zombies here, back with another Pokemon Go video, and in today's video, guys, we are still talking about the new Fashion Week event. This event does feature, of course, a bunch of costumed Pokemon, and the costume Pokemon that we are talking about in today's video specifically is, of course, Costumed Butterfree and Costumed Shinx. And we also will get into a secret spawn, a secret costume Pokemon that is spawning in the Fashion Week event too. But first things first, guys, let's talk about how to get shiny Costume Butterfree and the Shinx during this year's Fashion Week event. So first things first, guys, let's talk about the featured raid bosses for the event. So Costume Butterfree is in 3-star raids alongside the Costume Dragonite, Costume Kirlia, and the Costume Absol. And yes, of course, every one of these 3-star raid bosses are shiny boosted. They are not full odds. So even the Dragonite should be about a 1 in 64 shiny rate in these 3-star raids. I do believe that all of these should be about 1 in 64 in the 3-star raids. Now let's talk about field research task encounters, because yes, Butterfree is in field research too alongside the Costumed Shinx. So the task for the Costume Butterfree is catch 15 Pokemon. So pretty easy because the spawns for this event, there's loads of them. Catching 15 Pokemon is not going to take you guys too long. So catch 15 Pokemon with the event tab on the task will give you a guaranteed encounter with the Costume Butterfree every single time. Now the task for the Costume Shinx is take snapshots of 7 different wild Pokemon. So when you guys do encounter a Pokemon, hit the camera icon at the top of the screen, take a snapshot of that Pokemon, and keep doing it for different Pokemon. So one snapshot could be a Diglett, the next one could be a Wooper, then do a Frillish snapshot after that. 7 different Pokemon snapshots will give you guys a guaranteed encounter with the Costume Shinx via Pokestop Field Research. So this year, unfortunately, the Shinx is not in 1-star raids, because I think last year and the year before that, Shinx was a 1-star raid boss, but this time it is not in raids, only in the field research. But you also do have another method to use to go after the shiny Costume Shinx, and that is, of course, 5-kilometer eggs, because 5Ks are featured for this year's Fashion Week event. This is the egg pool for the 5Ks right here. The Costume Pichu, Costume Wooper, Costume Smoochum, the Costume Shinx right there, and the brand new shiny Gothita, which is shiny boosted in those 5Ks too, by the way. So that is the 5K pool for this year's Fashion Week event. So you do have 2 different methods to use for the shiny Costume Shinx, which is again field research and 5Ks, and 2 different methods for the Costume Butterfree, which is 3-star raids and Pokestop Field Research. So again, those are all the methods you guys can use to shiny hunt the Costume Butterfree and the Costume Shinx in this year's Fashion Week event. But what is the secret spawn that is featured for this year's event that was not mentioned on Pokemon Go's blog post or on their infographic? Well, luckily for us, guys, yes, Costume Kirlia is still spawning for this year's Fashion Week event, because do remember, on the featured spawn section there was no mention of Costume Kirlia, so a lot of people thought we would have to do research or do raids to go after the shiny Costume Kirlia. But no, the Kirlia is still spawning with the costume on during this event, and I did verify that too, because I did find at least 5 spawns of Costume Kirlia this morning. So yes, the Costume Kirlia is spawning. Now it is a pretty dang rare Pokemon to find, but Weather Boost does definitely help. If you guys do get Weather Boost, such as cloudy weather, I will increase your chances for sure of finding Costume Kirlia in the wild. So that is spawning for this year's event, even though it wasn't featured on the featured spawn section on their website. So you guys still can get shiny Kirlia in the wild, but if you do have a very hard time finding Costume Kirlia in the wild, do remember again, it is in 3-star raids and it's also in field research, and the task for the Kirlia is shared with the Costume Wooper, catch 10 Pokemon. So a 50-50 chance as to whether or not you get the Costume Wooper or the Costume Kirlia in the field research. But you guys still, of course, like I said, can shiny check Kirlia in the wild. It should still be shiny boosted in the wild too. So you should have a pretty good chance of finding the shiny Costume Kirlia in this this year's Fashion Week event. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section below if you do find a spawn of Costume Curlia. Let me know. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a like in the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.